massive misconception about social dynamics and respect. You know what's absolutely wild? The reason people might not be taking you seriously right now literally has nothing to do with whether you're good enough, smart enough, or qualified enough. It is entirely about invisible signals. How people treat you is a direct, immediate result of the invisible signals you're sending out into the world every single day. We're going to dive into some fascinating source material today that completely flips the script on how to command respect, and it all starts with realizing what you're actually projecting.
All right, I've got to hit you with a bit of tough love right out of the gate here. If you aren't getting the respect you want, well, please ignore me is the exact hidden message you are accidentally broadcasting to everyone around you. You're basically screaming it through your daily actions. The worst part about this psychological trap is that you probably don't even know you're doing it. You think you're just being polite, being a team player, but the world is translating your actions into a giant sign that says you don't matter.
So I want to challenge you directly right now. Are you secretly broadcasting this message? Take a really hard look at your own behavior as we unpack this. I promise you this, the material we're breaking down today shows that fixing this one fundamental mistake, just doing it once, will completely change how people look at you. Some folks might suddenly want to be your friend. Others will instantly respect you more. And yeah, some might even get a little mad at you for changing the dynamic. But honestly, that is exactly how you'll know this is working.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the invisible box. Are you predictable?
To figure out why people treat you the way they do, we have to look at how the human brain actually works. Your brain, and the brains of everyone you interact with, absolutely loves putting people into boxes to save mental energy. It's just a cognitive shortcut. We look for safe, predictable patterns so we don't have to figure someone out from scratch every single time we see them. If you've been the exact same person for years, if you're always helping everyone, never saying no, and always trying to make absolutely everyone happy, guess which box you end up in? Yep, the invisible box. It's the safe, boring, pushover category. You basically become part of the furniture. And people don't respect the furniture. They just expect it to be there to support them when they need to sit down. You've actually trained them to overlook you.
So, how do we break out of this box? You need to run a few behavioral experiments to disrupt that pattern. You have to do something that makes people stop and go, wait, what? Try just one of these today. If you're always the quiet one, speak up in a meeting. If you're the person who drops everything to help everyone else, literally just tell someone, I can't do that today. Or if you never disagree, pick a small topic and say, actually, I think differently. Watch what happens. People's faces will instantly change. Their brains will short-circuit for a second as they realize you aren't the predictable person they thought they knew. Boom. You just became interesting instead of invisible.
Moving on to Section 2, the apology trap. It is time to stop saying sorry.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how maddening it is that we apologize for simply existing. Do you say sorry when you squeeze past someone in a hallway? Or sorry when you ask a totally normal question? Every single time you say sorry for no real reason, you are essentially telling them, I don't belong here, please don't be mad at me. We've got to shift from weak phrasing to high-value phrasing. Instead of sounding like a bother by saying, sorry I'm late, or sorry to bug you, reframe the whole thing. Try, thanks for waiting, or hey, got a minute? Try this just once. Watch how differently people talk to you when you stop acting like you're bothering them just by being alive. It shifts the power dynamic instantly.
Pivot sharply here to Section 3, mastering your time. Why your time actually matters.
Listen, this is the absolute bedrock of commanding respect. The way you manage and guard your own time dictates the exact level of respect you receive from the world. If you want to know why people don't respect your time, it's pretty simple. It's because you act like you don't have anything better to do. So stop waiting around like a lost puppy. When someone calls your name, do not physically jump and spin around instantly. Finish the sentence you're writing or speaking first, then look over. When you walk into a room, don't look around nervously hoping someone notices you. Walk like you own the place. And crucially, when someone texts you, it is absolutely okay to wait a few minutes before answering. You're not being mean. You're sending a clear, psychological signal that your time actually has value. Treat your time like it matters, and everyone else will follow your lead.
Next up, Section 4, the psychology of silence. Sometimes you just have to learn to shut up.
Closely tied to mastering your time is mastering your speech. Most people are absolutely terrified of silence. It makes them so incredibly nervous that they'll say almost anything to fill the quiet. They start rambling, they over-explain themselves, and ultimately they just sound desperate for approval. You do not want to be that person. So I want you to remember this number, 2. Next time someone asks you a question, mentally count to 2 before you even open your mouth to answer. Don't rush, don't panic, just let them wait for your words. In fact, let's try it right now. I'm going to pause for exactly 2 seconds. Did you feel that? Did you feel the heavy psychological weight of that silence?
That weight you just felt? That's power. When you talk too fast and rush to fill the silence, you sound like you desperately need the other person's approval. But when you take your time, pause, and speak deliberately, you completely flip the dynamic. Taking your time makes you sound like you are the one giving the approval. It frames you as the authority. It's a massive structural difference in social dynamics, just from a 2-second pause.
And finally, Section 5, the power of walking away. This is the ultimate boundary. This builds up to the golden rule of leverage in literally any relationship, professional or personal. The golden rule is this: the person who needs something the least gets treated the best. If you desperately need someone's approval, they have all the power. If you're willing to walk away, you hold the cards. So let me ask you this directly. Think about it carefully before we move on. In any given situation, a negotiation, a friendship, a workplace dynamic, who gets more respect?
And this brilliantly illustrates the answer. Who gets more respect? Is it the person begging and pleading to keep their job? No way. It's the person who stands tall, knowing with absolute certainty that they are good enough to work anywhere else. Having absolute self-worth and knowing that you have options gives you massive leverage. You don't have to accept bad terms if you know you can thrive elsewhere.
So how do we actually apply this in real life? Next time someone treats you badly or disrespects your time, remember 3 things. Number 1, don't fight about it. Getting into a screaming match just shows they've triggered you. Number 2, don't try to convince them to be nicer. Explaining why they hurt your feelings just gives them power. Number 3, just walk away. Leave the conversation, leave the room. Physically leaving a bad situation freaks people out. It completely shatters their expectation that you're just going to sit there and take poor treatment. The second you show them you won't stick around to be disrespected, the whole shebang changes.
Which brings us to the ultimate bottom line of today's explainer. You have to make them respect you. Respect is not passively given to those who wait around in the invisible box. It's commanded. It's dictated by how you act, how you speak, how you carry yourself, and most importantly, how highly you value your own time. Stop being predictable, stop apologizing for breathing, take your time when you talk, and show the world that your time actually matters.
So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Are you ready to walk away? Are you ready to stop letting people walk all over you and start setting these invisible boundaries? The material we covered today gives you the exact blueprint. Do just one of these things, and people will start acting differently around you. Do all of them, and you become the person everyone respects. The choice is entirely yours.